Good morning, Gate City Rotaries. Good to see you all here this morning. It's great to have guests and visitors. Always nice to have visiting Rotarians. I'm going to call on Brian Kaiser for our invocation and pledge and four-way test.
Let's pray. Father God, thank you for today. Thank you for this group. This study service above self. Just lift up the families and the folks that are represented here in the room for favor and provision over their businesses. And Lord, just thank you for this day. We pray these things in your name. Amen. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The things we think, say, and do.
Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Okay, Rick Martin. There you go.
Good morning.
Hey, Rick.
All right, we got a couple of birthdays and anniversaries today, and if anybody's spouse has a birthday, I don't have that on the list. So, anybody's spouse have a birthday this week? Gosh, I'm sorry I can't help you remember. And for your sake, I hope they don't. No. Remember birthdays. Chris Neal. I think I saw him come in. Chris here. There we go. All right. Happy birthday on Monday? Yesterday. All right. Happy birthday to you, my man.
Thank you.
All right. Club anniversaries. Mr. Walt Howe. Man. How many you got there, Mr. Walt? Take shoes off. A big number. Texas man.
It's more than 5 and less than 40.
Right, hit the number right on the head.
23.
23. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And Judy Brumley, I know you're here. You have 3. Yes, ma'am. All right. And buddy Chris Jackson, I don't think I've seen him this morning. Oh, is he? All right. Sorry to hear that. And Brian Kaiser. Club anniversary. It's a tough one. How many?
One.
Yes, sir. All right, very good. And Mike Powers. There we go. Yeah, I think you got a wedding anniversary. Friday, yes, sir. All right, you guys are in ahead. Yeah, how many you guys have? How many?
33.
33, yes, sir. Happy anniversary. All right, and that is it.
Rick, thank you so much. Let's go into our announcements. I'm going to start with. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Holy cow! Let's back up and let's do the Sergeant of Arms. Not bad. Auburn, present the Sergeant of Arms.
Certainly, we have 47 members today and 3 guest Rotarians. Carrie from our Greensburg Club.
Summit. Is there another Terry, or you got
Terry.
Terry.
Sorry about that. Terry is with Summit, and Carrie is with Greensburg Club, and then Temple is visiting with Crescent.
Now that I got the order all discombobulated, now let's go into announcements. And I'll start with Matthew.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Raise your hand, or just tell you what, stand up if you participated in Dick Junction. John O'Mara.
If you're not too sure,
That's about half the number of people that actually showed up. It was fantastic. We not only got done what they asked us to do, but we went on to complete, I'd say, 2 1/4 more projects, because the 4th one was really not very difficult. So, but yeah, we got 2 more major projects done after that one. It was awesome. I really appreciate it. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. I think it's the 13th. Billy Dodd, is he here? That's terrible. So I got stuff for him to give. But Billy Dodd's going to be. You're going to be test driving your new service chair for next year at Victory or Carefree. And like I said, Sun Genius ladders, some utility knives, and stiff brushes to rub down some boards for get the mildew off of them. Some bleach. That's about it. And as always, please sign up to help us out in the fundraiser with Guy. I'm sure he'll touch on it this time since he's here. So, thank you.
And before you sit down, just real quick, go ahead and sit down. RLI, do you know if you'll be summoned to the courthouse?
I'm not going to make it. I'll probably be going in court on Friday, so it's
So we have an opening as of right now. Did anyone reach out yesterday afternoon to you?
not a soul.
Okay, we have one paid spot for tomorrow at the Thomasville Rotary Leadership Institute. Love to have someone take that spot. It's a paid-for spot. You'll learn a lot about Rotary. You'll learn a lot about just how things operate. So please reach out to me or Matthew today, and let's not let that spot go.
If I can't go, but it's an internationally recognized leadership program. It's not just about Rotary. It's about leadership, group management, how to accomplish goals and things like that. It's a several-part deal. And I would highly recommend anybody who was interested, who doesn't want to pay $5,000 to have it some other way, take this series of classes. I think it's 3.
3 of them?
Yeah, it's an all-day thing, but it'll be well worth it.
So you've heard it. That's a great endorsement. Please reach out to Matthew, reach out to me, and we'll get you the details for that. So I think it starts at 8:30 tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah, well, registration's at 8:30, it starts at 9.
Okay, thank you. Sorry you're being sequestered on that.
Me too.
Okay, Gigi?
Good morning, Gate City. On your table, you will see a package that looks like this. It's bright yellow to make sure everybody is awake this morning. This is, again, me promoting the district conference, April 26th to 28th in Greenville, South Carolina, which I'm told that I have to emphasize that, it's South Carolina. So for those of you who have never been to a district conference, don't worry, we're going to take care of you. That is going to be my first time also. But I've talked to a lot of people going. Chip told me about 12 of us registered to go. There's a whole bunch of folks from other clubs going. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to start on Friday with a rock and roll party where we have to wear our best rock and roll outfit. I did not have one, but I went to eBay. I just found rock and roll outfit. You won't believe what comes up. You have to come in and see what I'm going to be wearing. And I know you guys have that tie-dye shirt even in your closet. So put it on, come to the district conference, make a statement, promote our club. Now I know that some of you that I tried to recruit before, they were still on the fence. It was a maybe. So in that, in particular, it is my friend Tony Villiers here. I warned him that I was going to put him on the spot this morning. So I called the Greenville Chamber of Commerce. And I told them that there's somebody who is undecided. They don't know whether they want to come to Greenville or not. I said, what do you have that would persuade that person to come to Greenville? So here it is. They sent me the Greenville, South Carolina Chamber of Commerce, beautiful promotion book. You can see all the colors, everything is in there. So I'm going to present that to Tom. I can One last thing, I have to also promote something our club is doing, our fundraiser. So the weekend after the conference, May 4th, that Saturday, we're having our fundraiser, Gate City fundraiser at Revolution Mills. So it's a great opportunity for you to go to Greenville, to the district conference, make new friends, bring them to Greensboro the next weekend to go to our fundraiser. So let's all go together.
Thank you, and for anyone that's sitting on the fence, just teetering, I just want to remind you, Kelly has put up a great gift or incentive package. 2 draws if it's a first-time district conference for you. 1 draw for seasoned conference goers. I guess we'll draw it in the next few weeks or after the conference, but a great, as if you need an incentive, we'll have a fantastic weekend. It'll be a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to it. Okie doke. Guy, you want to talk about something? Do we have anything coming up in May?
So I've started handing out sponsor packets, and I will continue to hand them out. The sooner you get the check to us, so we Tom and Chris and I, who are tracking this, decided to keep it simple. You pay, you get a sponsor packet. You promise, you don't get a sponsor packet. So, I'm kind of throwing down the gauntlet too here, because I think I'm up for 5 sponsors. And all I did was ask. Now, one I did buy a watch from, so I mean, but all I did was ask and buy a watch. And so just ask the people you know, and if you do business with them, they feel some obligation to keep you happy, they will happily sponsor. Now, some people have some restrictions. You work at a bank or something like that. You know, obviously you don't want to get in trouble, but ask everybody else. It's not that hard. You've got a website, you've got digital brochures, you've got somebody who'll go and beg. Just ask, please.
And I would encourage you, make the ask this week. We've got 2 more days left this week. Go ahead, don't put it off till the week.
Yes, we got 1 month. Literally 1 month.
That's right.
So,
And I know you don't want you'll take a check the week before, but you don't want to be scrambling to put a package together the night before the event.
You might get a handwritten ticket if you give me the check the week before. I mean, hey, we'll still take the checks.
But yeah, help the guy out so he isn't scrambling the night before, putting these packages together and worrying how he's going to get them out. Let's make the ask this week. I think that brings us up to one of my favorite parts of the program, Happy Dollars. Yes, it is.
You know, God, it seems to me that dentists have an undue ability to influence people. I don't know, you know, if my dentist was asking me to sponsor something, I'm pretty sure I would do it.
Especially if you're in the chair.
Yeah. Short on Novocaine today. Certain people. Juice. Oh, wow, look, dude.
It's $5 because Michigan State beat Duke! Yeah!
What are you clapping for?
Well, that just sort of, Duke getting beat sort of evened out Carolina getting beat, so it was a good
It's
job.
all around happy for Michigan State. You both got beat.
It's so weird to have people that pull for teams like Michigan State.
So I've got a $5 bill in there because I wanted to announce that we have a 5th child coming into the world. I'll give you exactly one guess if it's a boy or a girl.
You know it's not the one, right? Obviously. Oh, no. Thank you, Bob.
Well, I got talked into running another race, so on Saturday morning at 5 o'clock, we left Corolla, and Sunday morning we got to Hatteras, so 100 miles. Wow. But Jill went with me, and bless her heart, she used to follow me all over doing these stupid things. And I told her, go on down to Hatteras, I'll see you in the morning, I'll call you when I get there. So she went down there, and there was another, my buddy that was with me, his wife and kids went, and they saw horses and did some fun things. And my friend's wife got stuck in the sand, and that's another story. But Jill sat at the bar to eat, and some local fisherman guy, didn't have all his teeth, came and plopped down next to her. And they struck up a conversation. She didn't eat all her crab cakes and sort of shoved them over to the side. And the fella said, you gonna box that up for lunch tomorrow? And Jill said, no, you know, we're just, you know, from out of town. And he said, well, do you mind? She said, well, no. And so he some mashed potatoes and everything. And then when the bartender came and said, will this be one check?
Those Outer Banks guys, they know how to make an impression. But what you didn't mention is you basically ran for 24 hours straight.
Yeah. It was the next day.
Well, Grandpappy always used to tell me, he said, clothes make the man.
Yeah.
He said, naked people have almost no influence on society.
Except for that one.
Good morning. Our speaker this morning is Adrienne Singleton. She's been with Wheels for Hope, a couple of years now. Originally from New York, although you will not hear that in her accent. She is very familiar with Rotary. Her husband was a past president of the Greensboro Rotary. Reedsville. Oh, excuse me, that's why. Okay, good. At any rate, we're going to learn a lot about Wheels for Hope this morning. Please welcome Adrienne.
Good morning. Yeah, Reedsville and Greensboro, very different. It's lots of fun to work with Rotary and seeing how you guys make a great impact in the community. Glad to be here today. I am with Wheels for Hope. It's a great organization. It's my heart work. And through these slides, you'll see exactly why I work there and why I love working there. My clicker will work. Brand new. Broke out a brand new clicker on you guys. So we take car donations and we change the lives of people in the community. Have you guys heard of Wheels for Hope before me?
Yes.
So we recycle these cars. You have a car, you don't want it anymore, it's a second car, maybe you're getting a new car. Wheels for Hope will take that car, refurbish it, and give it to someone in the community who could really use it. Who took the bus here this morning? That's what my folks are doing. They're taking the bus. They're getting up early in the morning before the crack of dawn with their families, getting to work, school, and it's a very difficult task. I've been with the organization for 2 years now. That's me. You might see me riding around in my Wheels for Hope mobile. I like to embarrass my daughter every now and then. Going to her school with that. But again, I'm from New York. I'm from Sleepy Hollow, New York, which is in Westchester County. Very small community. That little stop sign over there, that was my bus stop. So getting around in New York is not difficult, but I do understand what it is like not having a vehicle in your home. My mom was a single mom. I lived in Magada Courts right here on the left-hand side, excuse me, on the 8th floor. This was my view, the Tappan Bridge, beautiful view. The backside of it is no longer. We have this brand new bridge. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about myself. It's Throwback Thursday. That was me. I would love to get back to that page. That was prom. I'm friends with the Honeycomb Kid. You remember Honeycomb cereal? The Honeycomb Hideout? Very diverse community in Sleepy Hollow, New York. That was my buddy Jared Perry. I was the first to attend college in my family. Went to St. Augustine's College. That's how I came down here and lost my New York accent. And then I went on to Regent University in Virginia Beach. I am a news junkie. I started my career communications graduate, started at FMY, worked there 1 year, moved to XII, where I spent 15 years. Emmy-nominated producer. We produced the Miracles Among Us pieces, telling Margaret Johnson's stories and other people's stories of miracles and how that has changed their life. I got tired of the news business because this is my family and I've got 2 little ones and they need mom. When I'm telling you, when I'm producing stories and telling you about the snow and stay at home, I'm driving. I was driving 50 minutes to Winston-Salem so that I can make sure that you guys were safe and my family was home and they needed mom sometimes. So I really wanted to be out and be home with my mom and break out of the news business. But I'm still a news junkie. I'm still calling in, did you hear about this? Always a news producer. But I'm now at Wheels for Hope. I actually used to write stories about Wheels for Hope, and that's how I became in love with the program, where we take taking donated cars and we turn them into local blessings. We're located on Burlington Road. That's way out Wendover. If you ever get on that side of town, there's really not much. I've been told my sign is faded. Yes, it is. Help me brighten up my sign. We are a light in the community, helping a lot of folks here. So we're a faith-based nonprofit dedicated to providing affordable and reliable transportation to economically vulnerable families. We do this by way of referral, so not just anyone gets a Wheels for Hope car. We're doing our vetting. We're making sure people are accountable. First started in 2000. Hope you guys can hear me back there. Am I good? First started in 2000 at West Raleigh Presbyterian Church. Two guys saw the need that people needed transportation, that moms and dads are struggling. Just like I said, they're on the bus early in the morning, trying to get to and from work and to school and to doctor's appointments, just to the grocery store, really. So we have our first office in Raleigh, now moving to Cary, Greensboro down on Burlington Road, and then we opened a satellite office in Winston-Salem so that our program participants there might be able to get to us and get the information that we need. We take all donations. I will not discriminate against the donations that we receive. Who am I to say, no, I don't want your car? We take everything. We really like those cars that are ready to roll, because those make great program cars. But we'll take these broke, busted, and disgusted cars. And this was one of those that was broke, busted, and disgusted. But they still help the program. The lady who donated this car, her husband was overseas. He was in the military. I think he's in South Korea. And she said, as soon as he came home, she had him sign the title. This was one of his first cars, Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider. Convertible top. Was a great car when he first got it. But when I got to their house, there was water in it. There was mold. There was a McDonald's cup from God knows when. So she was ready to get it moved, and we were happy to take it off of her hands because all donations help, even though we wouldn't put someone in that car. We take really nice cars. Really nice cars really, really help the program. This car was worth $11,000. $11,000 could actually help, oh God, 4 or 5 people get into their own vehicles. We offer a 6-month, 6,000-mile warranty at Wheels for Hope. That's unheard of. You go to local car dealerships, used car dealerships, they don't offer any warranty. But we're not just a car dealership, we actually are changing lives. And we want to make sure that the folks that we're helping are not burdened down by broken down cars. So donations like this really help our program. So again, all donations help. Program cars are for our referred clients. We work with several different agencies around town, health agencies, human service agencies that are offering their clients some sort of job skills training, financial literacy, boot camp, literacy, Reading Connections is one of our partner agencies. Public sale like that, like the Lexus there, and parts cars like that, broken down and disgusted, Eclipse. It's a minimum deduction for you of $500. Pretty good for a car that you are not using and maybe you're using it as storage, it's yard art. You got neighbors like I do? Send them on over to Wheels for Hope. We love partnering with local corporations like Lincoln Financial. They let us come in and do a lunch and learn, let their employees know about our program. The best part of Wheels for Hope for me is the car blessings. This is where you actually see our work in action. When someone from a program comes and they're referred to us, they go through orientation, they're vetted by the agency. We don't vet these clients. The agency has worked with them for a minimum of 4 months, just to make sure that this is a good client to send over to Wheels for Hope. They've been working, everyone at Wheels for Hope has a job, and we make sure of that. A family donated that car to us, and they did come to the car blessing. So it's a great celebration where we pray. If they don't want to pray, that's fine. We don't do that for, sometimes it's as small as, 2 people, 3 people at the office, where we're just congratulating that person on their accomplishments. And we are the ones with the green belt. You'll always see our car blessings with a green belt. This lady may be familiar to you. She's a great person in the community, always helping. She's a community nurse. Her name is Lee Moore, and she donated her car to Wheels for Hope. And this is one of my favorite car blessings because it was one that was given to a young lady from the VA. And they both wore the same color that day. It was not planned. The lady presented, her name is Teresa, she presented Lee some flowers and angels, and she did not know that Lee was a big fan of angels, and she wrote a beautiful poem to Lee. There was not a dry eye in the room. We do car blessings at churches. Father Milton, he's traditional in his car blessing with the water and sprinkling of the water. But we meet all people of all kinds. And when I say economically vulnerable, sometimes you never know who is in a situation and might not be driving. I met Brantley, he worked at, what is that place, Urban Ministry. And he helped out in the shelter, and he also worked at West Market United Methodist Church. And he brought me in, let me speak to the missions team there, and I had no idea that Brantley didn't have a car. Here he is telling me all about the different agencies and introducing me to all these different people, and he's a big help in the community. And I did not know that Brantley did not have a car. Brantley was taking the bus. And so one of my volunteers who has been with us for longer than I have, he has donated over 10 cars, and he set us up for 4 cars this year, additional 4 cars. We went to his church, and we did a car blessing there. He presented the car that he purchased to Brantley. And so Brantley's now married, he's finished college, and he's doing really well, and that's what Wheels for Hope, why I love working for this program. And so this gathering of a large group of people as we bless the car there with his family. And this was last year. We also work with the VA. We have lots of veterans coming to us. We also work with, when you think about it, like I said, we have 2 different offices. We have Raleigh and we have our Greensboro office here. We're reaching all over North Carolina. So we're trying to get into Randolph County. We started working with the agency there. We're now in Rockingham County. Rockingham County has no bus system. They have kind of like a SCAT, where you kind of have to call in and it meets in one place, but rural areas where people just don't have that transportation, it's so difficult for them to get around. And so Mr. Robert, this is his first car. He's now in his own apartment. After getting his car, he's a security guard at Haynes. And so I'm just really excited to work with folks and just change their lives through these cars, and it's amazing to see. We did a car blessing out here outside of our office for Josh. You can see our faith sign in the back. But we did a car blessing outside, and Josh rode his bike to Wheels for Hope, and he lives way up on the other side of Cone. And so he rode his bike, I don't know, it's at 3 miles or so down the road. And when we did the car blessing outside, there was folks on the school bus, and they're screaming, "Congratulations!" Great moments and memories that we have. So again, we work with different agencies. Church World Services, we help get their refugees vehicles. One of the agencies, program participants, referrals that they sent over was the young man who had lost 5 children, almost a year coming up now, in that fire on Summit Avenue. He received the car and never even told us who he was, and until I looked at the newspaper, I'm like, wow. So he actually worked in Wilkes County, and with the refugee community, they take the bus. They carpool vans, and they take their, they get in the van, pile up, and they head on up to Wilkes County and work at the chicken plant there. And he was receiving rides from folks and did not have his own vehicle. So he got a van and was able to participate and contribute to his community by offering rides. Again, we work with Urban Ministry, they offer housing through their Partnership Village program. Malachi House is a drug substance abuse program. Hannah's Haven helping women in pregnancy, and Step Up Ministry offering job skills training. We want to make sure everyone has skin in the game. All of our vehicles, they're not free. We want to make sure that these people have saved up enough money so that, if the car does break down, how are you going to fix it? I had to tell a young lady yesterday, she had a job before she sent her application, and then, orientation is supposed to be on Friday and she has no job. Well, how are you going to put tires on the car when say the car gets a flat tire? We don't cover these things. Our warranty does have limitations. There's only so much we can do. But we want to make sure that they have some skin in the game. We also put a lien on the car. We don't want this to be, where your rent is due and you don't have the money and then you decide to sell off the car. If you donated the car to me, I take great pride in that, and I'm going to make sure that your donation is used well and properly and given to the person who takes pride in it. I don't want to see your car donation on the side of the road. Again, referrals have to be with an agency for at least 4 months. successfully completing that program, graduating from that program before they're referred to us. We have a great mechanic who actually looks over the cars. We have a 123-point checklist of all the used cars that come to us. That's probably better than your mechanic. We are going through the car, through and through, making sure that this car is a good car. Cameron teaches all over the country. He's certified, and then he also is, he's a Volkswagen man, so he loves Volkswagens. Race car driver as well. He was there showing one of the program participants some stuff that was going wrong with the cars. We partner with garages around town. They don't give us free services, but they do offer a discounted rate. So we still have to pay for our parts and lower labor. We might pay $60 an hour for labor. We're volunteer driven. We were started by two guys who cared enough about people in the community. We can't do this without our volunteers. So I can definitely use some car enthusiasts. If you guys know a little bit about cars, come on, we can use you in the garage. Car runners. My mom is going to pick up a car with me today. She left New York. She's now running cars with me. And we can always use some help in the office doing some work. Students, this is a great opportunity. Summertime's coming up. Some kids who want them staying at home playing video games. Send them on over to Wheels for Hope. We'll get them working. Kids are so blessed. They don't know how much, like my children don't know how difficult it was like for me. When I lived in an apartment and my mom didn't have a job. Having a car for children in the home means that they're able to go to, skate night. That's something. I mean, it's very difficult. And I remember times when I wanted to do extracurricular things and I wasn't able to do that when I was younger. Again, days of service, come on out. Corporations, if you guys are looking to do something in the community, we'd love to have you. Our sign was torn down by the hurricane. That was a big sign. The tornado a couple of years ago, last year. That sign's no longer there. But it was a great sign that we had. Put that back up. Car washing. For me, this is what it's all about. Like I said, the car blessings. When I see someone who takes, is so proud of their new car and they realize at that moment this is going to change their life. And at the end of the day, this is what I love to see. Someone just so excited about the next step in their life. Wheels for Hope is not a handout, it's a hand up. So ways you can help, I'm throwing the ball in your court. Please help me spread the word. I go to a lot of different places and speak, but I don't know a lot of you, so I'm glad you guys, it's a new crowd that I'm getting to introduce Wheels for Hope to. Invite me to your church or your social group. I'd like to go. I'd like to meet new faces. Like us on Facebook. You see our car blessings there. So much stuff out there that on Facebook and the social media. This is encouraging. Stuff that be excited about. Again, we remove those junk cars. And financial donations can be made online. Any questions about Wheels for Hope? Yes.
Two questions, please, Adrian. First one is Billy Hanks at Hanks Automotive is a 5-minute walk.
And he is my best friend.
Will he help you?
Yes, he does help us.
All right, y'all heard that. That's where you want to take your car to get it fixed. Hanks Automotive. You got my 1985 Suburban running like a sewing machine. Also, will you go to lunch with a client and me and help? He's on the fence. Can you help push him off?
I'd love to.
All right. Speaking of on the fence.
Push him into a new car.
The cars you get that you can't use, what do you do with those?
So we do auction, and that helps. Everyone takes, when they're donating their car, they really, oh, this is a great car. But when my mechanic gets it and sees that there's an oil leak, and we weigh the price of the car, the value of the car versus how much we have to put in it. If we have to put an engine that's $1,500 in the car, and the car is only worth $1,500, we can't do it as much as we want to. And I'm like the tree hugger, I'm the car hugger. I get in trouble for keeping cars around that are not worth keeping because I'm like, oh, this is so nice. There was a convertible Solera and it's so pretty red, and I wanted to get that car for myself. But the roof was $1,700 to fix. And we couldn't, and it needed tires, timing belt. We couldn't weigh that and keep that.
But
So
you still want those vehicles?
we still want those vehicles because they help. And we sold that car for $600. Some cars that we sell at the auction, $1,200. We go to GAA, we go to a Ray Southern Auto Auction. You know, sometimes we get more at GAA, sometimes we get more at Ray's.
We've retired, this is an unusual, we've retired a bucket truck. Can you take heavy equipment?
Yes. Because we get a lot of like entrepreneurs, people will see, this is the craziest thing, but people will see our old 1985 Econoline van, and they're calling us. I see you got a van out there. They're ready, because this is an entrepreneurship opportunity for them. Maybe they are car washers, maybe they're in the lawn care business, or painters. They want to get those cars for cheap. So we're not just helping program participants, but the community as well. Yeah.
You said when you get a luxury vehicle, and you said it would turn into 4 vehicles. What, do you sell it and then buy smaller vehicles?
No, we actually sell those cars to people in the public, someone who can afford it, $11,000 car. But the money goes back. So like I said, we have warranties. People are coming back to us to get. Sometimes the transmission goes out. These are used cars. Sometimes there's no way for us to know that the transmission is going to go out. We do our best, but you know, serpentine belts, all of these things that helps the program. So that's why those public sale cars are important.
Do you ever get cars that come back after a year or two? They, you know, get going in life, and are they going to afford to buy a later model car?
Yes. Recently, and tax time is a big time when we actually see that. So a young lady, she actually has 2 wheels for her cars now. She's just waiting on her title. Like I said, we hold a lien on it. So she's waiting on her title from the other car, her car blessing car to come. But she already bought another car, Mitsubishi Galant, with her tax money. So she's, you know, trying to step herself up, and she's apparently doing well. And we've actually had one of Leemore's cars, her brother donated a car to us. The young lady got a job working at a dentist, or actually a dentist or eye doctor, and she donated the car back to us. It's really nice stuff.
So is this a national organization, or is it just a local?
A lot of states have programs like this, and I actually get a lot of calls from people outside of the state, Florida, Ohio, but Wheels for Hope is specific to North Carolina. We also used to have our Asheville office up there, but they now have their own Ways to Work is what it's called, or Working Wheels.
I just wanted to say thank you, because those of us, and there's several members here that attend First Presbyterian Church, and I know Tom's First Baptist have been involved for many, many years through the Step Up program specifically as we're a referral agency. And we've seen so many lives change because of this program. If you know what it's like to have to rely on public transportation or otherwise just to get your life back in order, you understand how important this is. So if you haven't in your own, like she said, in your own churches, synagogues, or faith-based organizations not had an opportunity to present this, all you got to do is place an ask. I think when they first presented it to our church many years ago, there were 6 cars that got donated within the first year, just from our congregation.
I got one from First Baptist coming today.
Yeah.
A tribute, Mazda tribute.
Tom's new truck.
Also, if you guys know of any local car dealerships, send them my way. We love those trades. I don't know what they're doing with all those trades, but I'd love to get some of them. Of course, it's a tax write-off for them as well. So, thank you so much for your time, guys.